11 relationship facts I got wrong before becoming a certified relationship coach. Hi everyone, I'm Katia. I'm a relationship coach and psychology student. And in this video, I'm gonna share with you 11 most fundamental shifts that I had, and some of those I discovered through my coaching work that are influenced my relationship and relationship of my clients. Fact number 1, love should happen naturally. Oh my God, I used to believe that love happened like in the movies. I was walking down the hallway holding my books, and the boy ran and hit me, and I dropped my books, and he helped me to pick them up, and he was like, "Oh, how are you?" And like those type of situations, or I don't know, in a bookstore or this and that. The way you see the love in movies really influences your perspective and your expectation how love should happen. So people start believe that love happens naturally. Unfortunately, 40% of US adults, they meet on dating apps, and they meet online. And this is the study. I'll link it to this video that confirms that if you haven't met your significant other through work, study, college, or through friends, which is very rare case, that chances are you're going to meet someone online through the apps. I didn't make this rule. I know the apps are super painful. I've been there. I've done so many different apps. So I have like my shortcut strategies and how to make the best of the dating apps. Only quickly gonna say that my app of choice was Hinge, and that's where I met my husband. So after confirming that I won't meet my love naturally, it actually helped me because I was able to act on my instincts. I kind of felt that nothing is happening. Why it didn't happen? So I had to take charge and become responsible for creating love in my life. And that's how I got on dating apps, went on a lot of dates, and found my husband. Number 2, being obsessed with somebody is a true passion and true love. I believed that a lot of attention, a lot of messages, a lot of communication and emotions, strong emotions over the top, and like when somebody keeps texting you like, "Hey, how are you?" or like describing in details what they like about you, and like everything happens just so fast, and they like kind of love bombing you in a way. So I believed those are the signs of true love, because oh my God, this person is so passionate, texting me so much, calling me so much, wants to see me every single day. This is real love. The reality is, most of the time, I'm not saying 100% of time, but most of the time, those people are acting from the place of fear of being alone, fear of being abandoned, and fear of just like not being with somebody, loneliness basically. So those are signs of anxious attachment style, and that attachment style ruins good relationship because it's too much. And as soon as the person who you like obsessed about, for example, or like somebody was obsessed with me and was like, "Oh my God, it's true love." As soon I said like no, or like didn't reply or didn't answer in time, they would turn on me and become like super mad because they had this like huge agenda and huge ball of emotions that they want to talk to me, to see me, to have something to do with me. And I realized that those over-the-top emotions, they not equal love, they not equal passion. It's more like obsession, and obsession is not love. Because when you truly love somebody, it's coming from the very collected and very peaceful place. It's coming from this inner knowing that I'm okay, you're okay, the world is okay and we gonna make it work. So like it's absolutely different way of pursuing the relationship that's very grounded, very peaceful, and it's very different vibe in communication with a person. If somebody loves you versus just being obsessed with you or anxious about certain things with you. Somebody is overly attached or overly expressive towards you, they just seeking a relief from their anxiety. They just need a validation of themselves, not true connection and love. Number 3, I will find my soulmate. I believed that if I find a soulmate or a twin flame or somebody special, it's like this aura about there's a one person that's perfect for me, they're chosen, and therefore everything in our relationship will work out. This is very romanticized idea, and how it happens in reality and happened in my life and in my client's life is when you meet somebody, you do have attraction, you do have a lot of connection and good times, but how you can discover if it's your true soulmate or not is through challenges and through some conflicts and through growing together as a couple. So I could say if my husband is my soulmate after maybe 25-35 years of marriage, then I'll be like, you know what, it's been such a long time together, I think you are my soulmate. Because the relationship of soulmates, they been built over time, and any kind of relationship you can estimate them only after you already went for a significant amount of time together. There is no way to know in advance if this person is compatible, your person. Compatibility and real connection comes from mutual growth, overcoming conflicts, finding some solutions together, and it's actually way more rewarding than assign somebody with a label of soulmate or twin flame from the get-go, because that's too much pressure on relationships. Number 4, being in a relationship will make me a better person. Oh my God, who also have done that and thought that and think like that, please comment below. I want to see how many of us are here. I thought for some magical reasons that as soon as I have, I don't know, marry somebody or I find the love or I will be coupled up, for some reason it was like a signal of validation of myself, that somebody chose me, that somebody wanted me, that somebody... So it is really good to feel the connection with somebody. It is nice to grow together as a couple. But after this initial phase of satisfaction from being chosen, for being special or being married, you face the reality where you are still you. You're absolutely the same as you were the moment before you got discovered or chosen or validated by, in my case, a man. So I didn't become more beautiful. I didn't become more healthy or successful or rich or anything. I'm just the same me, but in a new relationship. So that's what changed. Of course, when relationship presents you with a challenge, for example, some conflicts or difference of opinions or some things, you are figuring it out and you see how other person reacts, how you react, and you come to this conclusion together. You work through a problem and you become stronger together. So this is very rewarding and very uplifting process, which in a way makes you a little bit better, but not because you're in a relationship, but because you chose to work on your relationship together. Just pure fact of being in a relationship not gonna make anything better. In fact, when I had this mindset that, oh my God, I just want to be in a relationship just because I want to be in a relationship for the sake of it, I got into very unhealthy, very complicated relationship that I had a lot of hurt and pain from. So I had to work through that too. And I realized that relationship on its own not gonna make me better, not gonna make me happier. Number 5, men are only care about the looks and women only care about the money. This is a tough one. So I went on 100 dates in New York City, and I can tell you with full honesty and my pure experience that it's not true that men do care about attraction, but not the looks per se. For example, a lot of men, they can get attracted for different reasons, for character, for the voice, the behavior, the flirtation, but the girl not particularly beautiful or cute or interesting, she looks fine, you know, but still the guys are getting really, really into her. And on the flip side, it could be a most beautiful model, but the guys will kind of like treat her like stupid or less than them, or because she gives this very insecure vibe, or she cannot maintain a normal conversation, cannot joke, or any other reasons. So looks, it's not it. Attraction matter, and attraction is something that you can tap into your sexuality, into your if you're a woman, in your like feminine energy, and if you're a man, you can also become more attracted for a woman if you develop those qualities like courage, or you develop certain ambition or view of your life. So attraction matters. And women mostly care about how generous the guy is. That's what I've learned through working with women and my own experience. Doesn't matter how much money the guy makes. So if he works in McDonald's and he is not really cannot afford much, but he is going out of his way to invite you to go to the same McDonald's, or to go to, I don't know, Wendy's, or he just organized a cute picnic with some sandwiches and something cute like that. That what matters, the effort and generosity. And that's what women looking for. Not about like, oh, he needs to have a status, he needs to make certain amount of money. There are some women who look for that, for sure. There are gold diggers. There's like so many types of women who can be fixated on money. It's true, but we're talking about healthy relationships. So if you want something healthy, if you want women to respect you for who you are and not for how much money you make, which is two different reasons. I'm not saying to make a lot of money is bad. It's amazing, it's good, but it's separate. And if you are trying to show off, if the man is trying to show off money, I remember I went on a couple of dates, and some of the guys, they were like flashy, they were like, oh, don't worry, like I'm gonna cover it, okay, I'm gonna order that, like spending like big amounts of money for bottles and shit like that. So they were really like showing off their money, but I was not interested in that. I'm like, I don't want to know like how much you make or how many flashy things you owe. I want to know who you are. How, like, it's a whole different topic. So if you want particular description or particular video, please comment. I will shoot another video on what exactly women want to see in men, and it is definitely not what do you think. It's not the money, it's not like this status signal, and so many guys get it wrong because they think they need success first in order to get a woman, and it doesn't need to, you don't need to wait for that. Okay, number 6, my favorite. I thought jealousy equals love, because I thought that If somebody doesn't want me to hang out with my male friends or checking my phone, it means attention, it means love, it means he is really into me, he wants to protect me, he doesn't want anybody to look at me, and he just wants me for myself. So that's for himself. So that's how I explained it to myself, and I truly believed in it. It was actually very hard to break through, because I just couldn't believe that when somebody is jealous and controlling, it's actually not love. It came from my childhood, because my mom, she was very controlling and very strict. So I learned that control equals love, and I felt like it's protective, it's very safe to be controlled, it's kind of reliable. So I was going for that kind of scenario many times, until it was a certain relationship that really made me rethink those things, because I started feeling like I've been limited, I've been not trusted fully, and it's like breaking the trust in relationship. It's starting with small things like, oh, checking your phone, or like, don't go here, who is this person, small questions, kind of innocent, and then it grows and grows, and then at some point the person is like checking your location all the time, randomly showing up at work to see what you're doing. So it became a big problem, because I didn't feel like he trusts me. There's always been this fear of me talking to somebody for no reason. I've never gave any, reasons to believe that I was unfaithful. Versus in my current relationship, that I can, of course, go anywhere, do anything I want. I don't need to tell like, hey, I'm meeting this guy friend for coffee or something. I could, because I think it's nice to tell my husband that like, hey, I have this guy friend, we'll go for a walk and we're gonna have a coffee. So nothing wrong with that. And the real love is trust and freedom. It's a combination of this safety and freedom concept that I spoke in my Instagram about, where you feel absolutely safe to open up, to talk, to laugh together, and free to go and explore the world. So it's a balance of those things. And jealousy and control, it's not love. Okay, number 7 is contradictive one. I've had a lot of different opinions on that, and I got a lot of comments once I posted something about this topic, so we'll see how this lands. If someone treats you poorly, it's on them. That's what I used to believe. I'm talking about those situations where it's not the physical violence and not the physical abuse. When I tolerated for a long time shitty attitude towards myself. I had a lot of excuses. I was saying it's okay, it's all right. I had a lot of explanations why it's happening, and somehow I thought it's my fault. I provoke it, I attracted, I. In reality, is on me to take responsibility for my life, and people will treat you the way you let them. So if you do not want somebody to treat you badly, for example, they will step over your boundaries because you didn't set them, and you tell them like, hey, this is my boundary, this is something, it's non-negotiable for me, I'm not doing this thing, and they still do it, then if that happens once and you swallowed it and you let it go and you didn't do anything about it, then the next time it will happen again and again. It will get worse, because as soon as something happens that you really like, don't tolerate, you have to voice it, you have to say, or you can say it in advance to prevent things from happening. And I thought that the person I used to date, one of them, he was the bad person because he kept controlling me or gaslighting me, telling me how everything is my fault, I'm a bad girlfriend, I'm not this. So I was like thinking that he's the bad person, and how could he say those things, and so upset with him. where in reality, I didn't want to take responsibility for my life and walk away from him, because I believe that things will change, that maybe he will go away, and there's like a whole another video why people don't live unhealthy relationship. But in reality, I was the one who was letting him to treat me this way. So it's not on him, it's actually on me to walk away and stop this from happening. And it's a very difficult lesson to learn, and I feel like most of us will learn only through pain until it gets to a certain level where we cannot handle it anymore, and then we're like, okay, I cannot go on like this anymore, and then we make some changes. But often, which is surprising fact, that often it doesn't need to go that badly. Often we just need to start behaving differently, setting boundaries, being super sure of what you're requesting, what you're saying, and just in relationship can change only based on your own reaction. There is a chance to change the relationship with your behavior, but if you keep setting your boundaries and somebody just doesn't respect you, there is nothing in the world you can do to change the other person's reaction if you explained everything correctly and if you set the right boundaries. Number 8, if he really loves me, he will do anything for me. Oh, that's a good one, because I used to believe that love will fix things. The love is enough, that if you love somebody, you can fix anything, you can make it work, you can make it happen, and it's all going to be amazing. Real love, it's something that you build over the years. And only love, it's not enough, definitely. You need to have both people interested in a relationship, same amount. So for example, if I want to make it work 100%, the other person wants and make it work 100%. Also, they won't be meeting your needs automatically. You will have to teach them what are your needs in a relationship, what do you like, what do you need, what you don't like, in order to grow and become better partners for each other. It doesn't come overnight, it takes time to develop and to learn. So these all small pieces, they are part of love. And those are like a million of things, not million, but I don't know, a lot of components that goes into this love equation. So first and most important is equal effort from both partners. And then once you have the equal effort on making things work, then you can explore each other's needs, set boundaries, solve conflicts, and make memories, have fun, and do a lot of cool things together. But the foundation, it's not actually love, it's mutual and equal amount of effort. Number 9, we choose relationships based on chemistry. I thought that you need to have the spark, you need to get attracted, you need to really have some chemistry element in order to engage in a relationship. After reading attachment theory and also analyzing all my past relationship and my past, we think we choose people based on chemistry. In reality, we are choosing people that will likely give us something that we are missing in the emotional sense and will help us to heal and become better and grow. If we pick our partners based on our past life experiences, on our past trauma. For example, I had 2 scenarios. I call them love scenarios because this scenario is a condition how you're gonna fall in love, why you're gonna fall in love with this person, and this scenario will keep repeating itself until you become aware of this scenario, change this scenario, And then based on the new scenario, you find another person. Okay, it sounds complicated, but here's the brief explanation. So I had two parents. My mom was like, used to be very controlling, tyrant kind of person, abusive emotionally, physically, and very strict and all kinds of things like that. Narcissistic with a layer of psychopathy and the layer of sadistic tendencies. So my father, he was addicted to alcohol, and he had like very strong addictions, so they got divorced. And he was unavailable. He was emotionally, physically not present in my childhood. How it influenced my scenarios. So I was looking for people who would remind me of my mother, who I idolized, and I felt very comfortable with people who are controlling, abusive, and very strict, very willing, and have this tyranny aspect in them. Or I would look for people who are like my father, emotionally unavailable. I actually dated a guy who had alcohol problems, same like my father. Could I put two and two together back then? No, I couldn't. And then I had these two scenarios. Pick somebody who would resemble my mom, and pick somebody who will remind me of my father. So until I repeatedly chose those type of people, I wasn't able to fully transform and fully heal my past. Like, I'm still in the process, of course, but I feel like it's 90% there, which is a very good number. So, and I was choosing people based on this emotional traumatic bond, because I needed to relieve that trauma. I needed those triggers in order to get over it, heal. I needed everything to surface, and then I would be able to work through it and to live through all my emotions that were packed and hidden and bottled up for a long time. So a relationship is our kind of chance to finally get this everything out from our past and relive in a new way, in a very safe environment, and make it work and make it through, which can be very challenging at parts, because the partner would also have some trauma, will also have his lived experiences that formed him, and that will form the type of connection you have together. So that's how you choose relationship, and it's not chemistry. Number 10, the opposite attracts and make the best couple. So I used to believe that as more differences we have, as better, because oh my God, they're so different, and I will learn this from them. In the beginning, it works amazingly, and because you attracted to the things that you are missing, and you're like, wow, you're so fascinated with this person because it's so different from you, and they have the same thing, they think the same things over you. You do have something in common, but you attracted to the differences. After years passing, 1 to 3 years, and then you like starting understanding that those things that you were attracted in the beginning, they are becoming a source of the conflicts, because it doesn't fit your routine, it doesn't fit your worldview, you have different values, you have different preferences, and those things that were so fascinating and amazing becoming actually a source of conflict and source of problems. So the real compatibility comes through working on those relationships, understanding your differences, and trying to make it work even with those differences, even with some of the different values. But the best thing is to choose somebody who have similar values or similar world views, and a lot of things will line up on top of that. At least you need to find a couple of values that are so important for you to have in common with your partner that you can like lean on even in the moment of conflict or misunderstanding, because those things are the glue that's gonna kind of help to stick through the tough times. And all the differences really in the beginning is fun, but later on it might be a problem. So my advice would be to choose somebody who is a lot like you, but maybe 40% of the difference, not other way around. And the last thing, number 11, I used to think that fighting and conflicts are bad. And I used to avoid it in all costs. And in reality, the conflicts, those are the points of growth and points of actually the biggest opportunities to learn about yourself and each other in those moments in the relationship and make the shifts in relationship. In the conflicts is so much power. I'm becoming my new obsession is the conflicts, because every time when you have a good conflict and good resolution, good repair, good understanding, it's unpleasant in the moment, but in the end you get this sense of resolution. And for example, our conflicts in relationship become so much better than they used to be in the beginning. In the beginning was no conflicts. It was like, oh, everything is perfect. Everybody is avoiding all the conflicts. Like nobody says anything to each other. Everybody is like people pleasers. But then after the time when you learn who is who, the shit comes out, and you really you have to learn to navigate the relationship through the conflicts. It's the most important skill that you will have to learn in the relationship, is to fight well. And what I mean by that is to have a fight that both of you feel like it was good. I would rather take that fight, I'm glad it happened. It's better than this fight happened than this fight wouldn't happen. And that's how I feel about our conflicts that's we learning and navigating for the last 6 months. They become so much healthier. I used to cry for days after a conflict because there was no resolution, there was no understanding. It was just like hitting the wall. It was so sad. And I feel sorry for myself when I was suffering so much. I just didn't know any better. I didn't know that conflict can actually be source of connection. Yeah, so if you want help to create better understanding or communication in your relationship, I'm currently accepting new clients, so you can fill up this form below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel, because it will be way more exciting and fun relationship tips. If you have suggestions, what kind of video you would like to hear next, drop your comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.